I'm Lucy.
And I am Michelle.
We're two best friends that anyone can have with. Right. Hey everyone. Thanks for clicking on the video.
I'm Michelle.
I'm Lucy.
I thought you were gonna say before. I'm like, okay.
I started thinking like how cute is it that like
someone else
actually probably is clicking on the video and we're actually talking to someone potentially, or like lots of people,
or no one at all. Hey. Okay, no. Here, that's what I'm gonna do. Ready?
3, 2, 1. It was so much easier last time.
No, I'll do it.
So, I'm Lucy.
And I'm Michelle.
We are currently in Australia, aren't we, Mick?
We are.
Where do you originally come from?
I come from Canada. And yourself?
I come from England.
If you can tell.
And we've both been in Australia. You've been here for
6 months.
6 months. I've been here just under a year. Anyway, the moral of the origin of this story is I messaged Michelle. I had an inkling to interview Michelle, and I messaged and asked what she would ever want to talk about if she ever had the opportunity to talk about something meaningful. And what did you say, Mick? What came to your head?
Right, so you had messaged me and I said, I'd like to talk about body standards, body image, beauty standards, and focus more so on the conversation around like thinness and how it's being depicted in the media. I mean, it's always been around, like I'd say in terms of traditional media, movies, TV, whatever, actors are always pretty thin, but now that social media is around, it's been around for some time now, it's a lot easier to get wrapped up in the stress of body image, especially for young women. I mean, that's a conversation that you can have for hours, just like how women sorry. How women should look and act and be. Like that is like that conversation you could have for days on end.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, let's, because I feel like we both had like experiences of being victim, both from ourselves and from men.
Yeah.
Of sort of either them expecting us to maintain this ridiculous standard, or just assuming that that's all we're good for.
Yeah. It's not even ridiculous. Like it's not even just like an issue with the men that we know, right? It's just like the subtle things in everyday life, and I think that's the thing that gets overlooked the most, and that's what I really want to focus on. Really is like, how has this become so normal? For a man, in order to be masculine, is big, strong, loud, confident. Like those are all words that you would associate with masculinity. And then when you look at femininity, you think of nurturing and like delicate, gentle, which are not necessary. Like they're not negative. It's not a negative connotation.
No.
But then when you kind of tie into body image and how that affects your psyche, it does have a negative impact on women, regardless of the intention.
Especially if just naturally you just aren't like that.
Yeah, because a lot of women aren't. And then, we spoke about this earlier. We're not going to get into it again, but from my own experience being a competitive athlete.
So what was that like?
Don't talk about that. No, we won't.
No.
But just the experience, the juxtaposition of people telling you that it's great to be strong, like be powerful, do all the things, but then also being a woman and having the expectation to remain small and like delicate. It's like having both of those things on your mind at the same time is exhausting.
Yeah, it's like being, like, men, I think, obviously want, like, it's good, like, it's like, they want to be impressed by you, like, it's a nice feeling to be impressed by you, like, you want to be like, wow, you're inspiring, but also, you need to be, like, unimpressive, in terms of, like, need to be very malleable, submissive, small, but then also, like, it would be cool if you could do a backflip, and do you know what I mean? Like, those things just don't always, like, coexist.
No.
I didn't say that right, but it's that, like you're sort of wanting opposing qualities in a woman, and it's so much pressure, like, you don't even realise, I think we were saying the other day, it's like a fish swimming in sea doesn't know that it's in the sea because it's just all it knows. And like
fish out of water,
you're like, when you come out of it, you're like, I actually can't believe how much pressure there is. And I don't think there is one woman on this planet that hasn't dealt with or thought about or had to contend with body image. You know, it could be positive, they could be, you know, societally blessed and that's something they know, or, you know, the opposite.
I had, at one point when I was like in the depths of my struggling with body image, where I opened up to a man and I was like, you know what, like, it's actually crazy, I've never actually struggled with this, because I was in my early 20s. I was like, yeah, like, I'm really struggling with my body image, to which he responds, oh, well, you should be fortunate that it's come to you now. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, right.
I was like, well, there are girls from the age of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that, like, from the get-go, they have this image of what a woman should look like planted in their head, and their entire life going into teenage years, adulthood, is spent chasing that image. That is, it's futile, it's unattainable.
It's huge, it's the hugest, like, pressure and weight that is just constantly on us.
Yeah, and the worst thing is that it's constantly changing.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest issue. It's like, okay, let's say you've done it, you've achieved your dream body, the trend changes tomorrow.
Or you have a family.
Yeah. Your body does something else other than just look good.
Yeah. Right.
Like, you have other things that you want to accomplish.
And then suddenly there's this whole extra spiral of, like, you hear so much of, like, you know, people that obviously get pregnant, and, you know, after pregnancy there's, you know, your body is just totally different than anything it's ever been, and it's like a whole other thing to contend with. And I think that would be hard anyway, like, in a vacuum.
Yeah.
But put that in the context of just the incredible amount of societal pressure and exposure to, like, stick thin, just, like, women, that is just not attainable, not realistic for a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's no shade at all to people that do fit the standard. It's not like, we're not going after a certain image, like, that's not what I'm against. I'm just against pushing a narrative that forces women to diminish themselves to how they look like, as opposed to what they're capable of doing, both physiologically, mentally. Like, we've hit a point where, like, there's a lot of really strong women out there that are standing out as leaders in sports, in business, in politics, and yet all of these women are still struggling with this weird, like, hyperfixation on what they should look like. It's like, absolutely. You are so much more than the body that you walk around in. And
I think it's funny because it's like, you know, if you were to ask someone, you know, is someone more than their body? You know, I think rationally they go, of course. But actually, we're not acting like that.
Yeah.
Like, and we're genuinely not. Like, we've both had that experience where you're like, is that really the most important thing to you right now? Is that really, like, is that really it? Is that really all I am to you, is this body and how it looks and how it appeases your idea of how women should be? It is ridiculous. And I think the culture of social media, where you don't actually know the people you're seeing but you can see them, the dating apps where you don't know the people but you can see them, you know, it all, like, these things together, like, you know, even like the porn industry where you don't know the people but you can see them, just creates this idea where, like, the looks are what is, like, the most, it's just like it's how, what we're interacting with,
Yeah.
more than
Actual.
a person. Like, you know, most of the people that you see, if, you know, you're the average person that's scrolling for 3 hours a day,
Yeah.
you don't know most of the people you're seeing. You're not talking to them, you don't know whether they're nice, whether they're not, whether they align with your values, whatever.
Yeah.
But you do know whether they have big tits. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're not taking that time to critically analyze every post that you come across. Like, no one has the
No.
mental capacity to actually interact with what they're seeing. It's just like this constant hit
Yeah.
of whatever it is, of the information that you're getting from this photo, and you're just digesting it as normal, as normal, as normal.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not actually taking the time to be like, okay, what is this person doing to look like this?
Yeah.
And if you are taking the time, then it can very quickly turn into this, like, negative manifestation of, like, I'm hyper fixating on what it takes to look like this.
Right. Yeah.
So really, where is the fine line where you can just enjoy things on the internet? That's another discussion for another day, I suppose.
Yeah. Is there a way?
Is there a way? Where are we?
You've just gone straight in. I think a good. Where do you want to take it next?
I have no idea. I think I'd like to also speak about. No, I don't even know. I think that's no. Sorry.
Can't be it.
I'm saying a lot of no right now. Yes.
Can't be it. We're fucking 5 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That's all chat. There's more. There's certainly more.
You mentioned earlier, like, this whole, like, feminist movement with not, like, the evolution of females in society, but the sort of, like, de-evolution of, like,
I'd say it's not necessarily like a de-evolution, but it's just this, like, thing that's always in the back of our minds. It's like we're
Yeah.
progressing in a lot of other spheres as women into the modern day woman, strong, independent, but in the same breath, we are still trying to diminish ourselves physically, which it creates this, like, this environment that does not allow you to truly succeed. Because if you're always exhausted and worrying about how you look like, how much energy do you actually have into putting into the aspects of your life that you really do care about, like your family, your work, your hobbies? Like, it becomes, it's tiring. And then I think with social media, what's happening as well is that it is now becoming like a personality trait to be someone that is only fixated on their appearance. Like,
Right.
it's becoming, like, that's the hobby, that lifestyle of,
Right.
like, restriction,
Right.
not
Yeah, oh
allowing
my God.
yourself to enjoy
Yeah.
time with your family around food and things. Because I think, like, sure, you can cut all that shit out and focus on yourself, but it is a very lonely life to live when, you know, human beings, we love to share a meal with one another. Like, that's just how we bond over conversation and things like that. And so to exclude yourself from those things all the time,
And it's like copy and paste, isn't it? Like you get exposed to this like whole genre of influencer, which is like the girl that wakes up at 6. She's just like, she lives in New York or whatever. She like, and she's just thin. Like, you know, there's different variations of course, but you know, she's thin.
Yeah.
Goes to Pilates in the morning, kind of goes and gets her like matcha or coffee, and then like, that's just a whole massive genre in itself.
Yeah.
That is just idolising thinness, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's very like that. The industry, the people working in that kind of space, do a really good job at marketing it as like wellness.
right.
When if you live a few months like that, you're not well.
Mm.
Like, you're not eating properly,
Mhm.
you're doing very intense workouts, you're not putting energy into things like creating
Mhm.
or engaging, like
Mhm.
you're just focusing on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's
What the
not
hell? Like,
it's like, girl, I'm not doing all that. I'm sorry, I can't.
and it's like, where did the emphasis go
Yeah.
on like, what have we done today to benefit another person?
Yeah. We've really strayed away from this.
Today, how have you, you know, made someone else smile? Or like, it's a very like individualist, selfish culture in its essence, isn't it? Of like, you need to make sure that you are looking like this
All the time.
all the time. But then, you know, it's for the, I guess ultimately it's for a male attraction. Maybe some, maybe not, but I mean, I don't know where it's sort of, you can't, what comes first, chicken or the egg sort of thing.
I was gonna say.
But there's such an emphasis on that, isn't there? There's that maintenance of being appealing and attractive over the maintenance of like a good heart, a good soul, you know, being at peace, making connections.
Yeah, because wellness is all encapsulating. It should not just
Right,
be solely focused on the physical.
right.
Um,
It's so sad, man. I mean, I recently had an experience where I was massively reduced. Like, I was reduced to my weight. And the feeling of it was just literally like, and then in my head, all I became, like, that was all that, I even started forgetting, like, what even made me me, because that didn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not about, you know, who you are.
no.
It's about whether you're thin enough, you know.
It's painful. It's isolating.
It's a jarring situation.
And then
And that happens all the time.
it then carries on into other aspects of your life as well. Because when you're tired and have then diminished yourself to the smallest version of yourself, like, the only thing you can be is passive. You don't have energy to do anything else. You genuinely don't. You can make it seem like you do really well on Instagram, on TikTok. But a lot of the time it's spent trying to conserve any energy that you have so that you can have these like small blips of joy as opposed to building a life that is genuinely satisfying, sustainable.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it's happy-go-lucky all the time. You don't have to be perfect, but I mean, like,
You've got the barrier, you've got the like foundations there to be able to bounce back on. And I think, what was I about to say before? It's around my head. The more I try and think about it, the more it goes.
I think we're just spiraling at this
I
point.
know.
We're like, okay, so basically the world is broken. It's impossible.
It
Have you ever
is,
seen the Barbie movie?
Yeah.
And did you take note of America Ferrera's monologue? So the mother of the girl, she goes on a big monologue of what it's like to be a woman.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but
the
I remember
entire-
it being spoken about.
Like, it hits what we're talking about.
Mm.
It's exactly, it encapsulates the whole thing. Being a woman is to live a life of contradiction. You
Right.
cannot be one thing without someone, something calling you to be the opposite as well.
Right, so true, man.
Like, to be a strong, independent woman, but also be submissive and be the main caretaker
Yeah.
for all of your family, carry all these emotional needs,
Yeah.
but also take care of yourself.
Yeah.
But don't focus too much on yourself.
Mhm.
It's like, it's impossible.
It's
It's,
literally
you cannot
impossible.
keep up with
Yeah,
it.
it's invisible.
And so then what do you do at the end of the day? Like, you just have to choose what matters to you most.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you prioritize in your life? If it is your image, that's totally fine. Like, no one's gonna tell you that you're less than. But like, it has to genuinely come from a place of knowing yourself and what matters to you most.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you're doing it for an external validation, whether it be like society as a whole, or your partner, your friends, or your Instagram feed, like you're trying to impress your followers, then you're never going to feel like you've done enough.
Self-validated.
Yeah.
No, that's literally an addiction loop in itself.
Mhm.
And I think there is a massive difference between like focusing on your health and focusing on your body image, and they are different. Like there's obviously a correlation with like being like massively overweight just isn't healthy for you, and it's not exactly like you don't need to care about what is best for your body. But I do think they are distinctly different, where it's like there's maintaining a level of good health, and then there is like feeling like you need to look a certain way in order to be accepted. And I do think it is just such a reflection of how visually stimulated we all are at the moment.
Mhm.
Like I said a bit earlier, like we're so visually stimulated, we're not so emotionally and like soul stimulated. That's even a thing. Like, you know, like you meet a person, and if you were to meet that person, I think if we weren't all so visually stimulated all the time, you would just see another human. You would be like, are they attractive, are they not? That's fine.
Mhm.
But there wouldn't be like a hyper fixation on what they look like, because you would just be like, I'm meeting you, are you kind, do I get a good vibe from you,
Can we laugh
do I
together?
enjoy being around
Is
you,
it a good conversation?
yeah, how are you interacting with others? Like, that's what you would pick up, as well as how they look.
Yeah.
It would be a much more rounded picture. But I think because we're so visually stimulated now, I think especially for men or like young boys, you know, they are just so visually stimulated in terms of like they're just so exposed to visual stimulus, like just visually stimulated.
Say it again.
I can't emphasize it enough.
We are visually
But it's like it's
stimulated.
literally a pandemic. Like, you can't even imagine what the average teenage boy is exposed to in one day when it comes to
Hell, you
females.
couldn't imagine what I'm exposed to in a day.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
it's a Sunday,
Yeah,
it's rainy,
yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna be on my phone
Yeah.
scrolling.
Yeah, and what are we exposed to? Just like
The worst.
what I eat in a day,
Yeah.
or like, you know, it's just constant. There's constant. And because we don't know these people, there's not a rounded picture of
No.
how that person fits in the context of everything else that we look for. And it's just wiring our brains to have an emphasis on appearance, you know.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It's really well put together.
Thank you.
I really like that thought that you just
Really?
had. Yeah. No, I fuck heavily with that. So
Yeah.
I really, sorry, I'm not sorry.
You mean you fricked heavily?
I fricked. What? No. Cut that shit out. No, I think you make a really great point.
Yeah, it's the pandemic of what's the rewiring that's happening with our brain, where we're not able to take in people as a person as much anymore, because we're just not exposed to that as much. And men are falling victim to that, we're falling victim to that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not necessarily like it's happening in a malicious way.
No, it's all, I don't think, I'd say 75% of the things we see online are not with malintent.
No.
But it's the compounding effect of the amount that there is available.
Yes. Yeah.
That makes it feel so like, just so it's insurmountable. Like you can't get over it. It's in your face all the time.
Yeah.
And so then it becomes like a personal issue for whoever's scrolling in the audience.
Absolutely. I mean, to be honest, I hate to admit that I wake up in the morning and I just like look at my body. Do you do that?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's view of the day.
I'm dehydrated.
I'll be real.
You get that
I'll be so
look
real
and
about
you're
it. Like I'm snatched. I'm snatched.
But that's
yeah.
but like
That's
if we
normal.
think about that,
We've normalized it. Yeah. As a
what the
practice
hell?
of body checking.
Yeah.
Not it.
What the helly? It's like that is the first thing we're doing. It's like, how do I look?
Yeah.
Well, not how do I feel. Not how do I feel. How am I going? Nothing.
I'd say it's also a struggle because there's so much of it, right? So it seems like everyone's doing it, but no one's talking about it.
No.
Like, we've never gone into depth on this conversation together, and I'd say with the majority of my friends, most of the conversation that we have around bodies or how we feel or how we look are usually small, like, quips of like, oh, like, I'm so bloated today.
Yeah,
or
right.
Like, my pouch, or like, just small comments about your body, but it's never like a full conversation of like, okay, let's talk about this.
Sorry about that. Yeah, when you're scrolling on social media and you're like, damn, people have got it going on. Like, people are looking fire.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm there thinking, bloody hell, people are, like, they're doing bits. You know what I mean? Like, they're really working hard. They're looking great. And then you like walk along the beach and you're like,
where did all these people
99% of people, of the average woman, does not look like that. And it's, like, you get a skewed perception. If you were to spend most of your time on social media, you literally would think that most people are just incredibly fit or
super thin,
very thin, or just very like appealing, in body image terms. And then you're walking down the street and it's just not like that. People are so varied. They might have good assets, and then it's like just the actual society isn't like that.
Yeah.
But that's what makes people, people that get successful on social media most likely are visually appealing because it's a visual platform.
Yeah, and it then becomes their job as well.
Yeah.
It's like a whole other game. It's like you sometimes on the weekends play basketball, but now you're comparing yourself to NBA players.
Right.
It's like you shouldn't be doing that,
Yeah.
because that person spends night and day.
That's their job.
That's their job.
Yeah.
Same with social media. It's like their whole job is to look good.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be comparing your everyday self.
Yeah.
A person that goes to the office from 9 to 5, that has 2 kids at home,
Yeah.
that has a partner, that has hobbies. Like, they're different strides.
Yeah, it's different strides. It's different values,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been something that I've noticed is like there's this pressure to look a certain way, and it's like, but you know, most people don't look like that, and actually, like, yeah, it's like it's not even like it's common to look like that anyway. And then anyway, I'll think about my own personal situation where I'm just like, you know, I guess in terms of like men wanting a woman to look like that, it's like, do you even think about what it would be like to be with a woman who has got to that level?
Yeah.
Would your lifestyles be compatible?
True.
Are you know, fucking like, are you
Up to
doing
par.
that? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, are you know, you're wanting this standard from a woman, but it's like, what standard are you working at as a male?
Yeah. Okay.
That's my opinion.
That's just my opinion.
Right, any final thoughts about the conversation we just had and your personal experience with sort of wanting to maintain your strength and sort of coming out of a very strong sport into a society of thin women?
I think at the end of the day, social media, you don't have to go full hermit, you don't have to delete yourself off the face of the earth, enjoy it to whatever capacity you can. But realize that it's all highlights. It's all a fucking highlight reel. And when you're looking at yourself and deciding, okay, do I like the way I look? Do I not like the way I look? That's okay, that's completely normal. But don't let external drivers put you in this corner of this is exactly how you're supposed to look, because you will never be satisfied.
No,
like,
you can never. Yeah.
Like it's okay to like the way you look, and it's okay to not like the way you look. But if you can shift your internal monologue to not really give a fuck, and focus on what you're able to do. Yeah. Like if you are able-bodied, that's a blessing in and of itself. So just focusing on
your ability. And also, I really do think it's so important to have more emphasis on how you're being as a human, like not just how you're looking, like genuinely have you benefited someone else in the last 24 hours?
Yeah.
Even in a tiny, like the tiniest way. You know, even something small like that can build up your perception of self in such a different realm, where you're no longer focused on, but I'm not thin, I haven't got a six-pack, my bum isn't big. So like, oh my gosh, that made me feel so, like, this person is so appreciative of what I did today.
Yeah.
Or
I got to chat with a random stranger today
that was such a great conversation.
Yeah.
I feel like we both were just really on fire in that conversation. Then what you value in yourself and the qualities that make you you and that make you really shine will be so much more broader than just literally what you look like. Because this isn't a truth or not a truth, but like, you know, you can almost fall into the trap of being that person that's focused so much on how they look, they're almost just boring. Like, you wouldn't actually want to have a chat with them because it's just like there's nothing actually, there's nothing like, there's no depth to them because they really are they only just care about what they look like. And you know, although that does do very well on visual platforms, when it comes to actually real life, it's actually pretty boring. And the qualities of like being able to be friends and doing nice things for each other is so good as well.
Yeah, I'd say it's
That's cute.
I'd say it's what's that word? When you can't put a price on it.
It's priceless.
Thank you.
It is priceless, and those are the qualities that will be with you even when you're like old.
the rest of your life. Yeah, when you're not able-bodied anymore.
Right.
You could be fucked about what you look like.
And I know you all know this, but are you doing it?
Yeah. I know you can hear me, but are you listening?
Yeah. Like, are you actually going, okay, what can I do differently tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, how can I actually do tomorrow a little bit differently to get me out of this, like, rut and single-minded tunnel vision? So thanks for listening, everyone.
See you in the next one.
See you in the next one.